From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
Because I've been saying this for years. Women should never be competing with men, ever, ever. We live in such a crazy world now where it takes a presidential executive order to say that there's two genders and to keep men out of women's sports. Now we're gonna watch the speech that Trump actually gave earlier today. I'm gonna up the speed here a bit. And this is one of the better quality ones, chat.
Thank you very much. This is a nice crowd, isn't it, huh? You've been waiting a long time for this.
And he has a bunch of the girls, you know, athletic girls behind him, which, bro, this was a long time coming. It's crazy to me that it took, like, all this time for them to get dudes out of women's sports. Like, this shit is crazy. And I find it funny because everyone calls me a fucking crazy misogynist, but I'm like, actually, I'd be fighting for women's rights more than some of these fucking liberals. These liberals are letting dudes compete in female sports when men are just physically superior to women when it comes to sports. Sorry, it is what it is. Can't win.
So have I. Actually, it's so ridiculous. But here we are. And this doesn't have to be long. It's just all about common sense. Doesn't have to be long. In a few moments, I'll sign a historic executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports. It's about time.
That's crazy that it's got to be historic.
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women. But before going further, I want to share some very exciting news from our military. After years of shrinking force numbers at levels that nobody has ever seen before. 4 years of this we went through, and missed recruiting targets every single month. It was just announced that in December, the U.S. Army had its single best recruitment in more than 15 years.
Yeah, finally people feel like they're serving their country. Well, we'll talk about that here in a second. You might end up fighting for fucking Israel, chat, if they keep going at this rate, honestly.
Great. Every single day, nearly 350 new soldiers enlisted to defend our nation, and they're very, very happy to have done so. We've done lots of interviews, and we asked why this was taking place now, and they just said there's a spirit about our country that they haven't seen in many, many years, and I happen to agree with that. But it really is clear proof that the spirit is sweeping our armed forces, and we have a great leader in Pete. As you know, we all know Pete so well. He's going to be fantastic, and so many of our great heroes, and people are starting to understand what hero is all about. So that is something that is very important. We've gotten the woke lunacy out of our military. And now we're very importantly getting it out of women's sports. That's taking place very strongly. So in recent years, the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the very concept of biological sex and replace it with a militant transgender ideology. You've heard a little bit about this, haven't you, huh? Just a little bit? Does anybody agree with them? No. It would be not a good thing to say yes right here. Female athletes have been forced onto the front lines, and men claiming to be girls have stolen more than 3,500 victories, that's a lot, and invaded more than 11,000 competitions designed for women. Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona trail race, a very big deal in cycling, and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours.
Bruh, that just goes to show, when I say, right, because the girls get so fucking mad at me when I bring them on the show, and I say, yo, men are superior to women in every physical regard, human endeavor. That's misogynistic, that's sexist. It's the fucking truth. Like, what the hell? How is that someone like me is fighting? Because I've been saying this for fucking years. Women should never be competing in with men, ever. Ever. Like, ever. Right? When I say, because here's the thing that people tend to fucking fuck up. I am 10 toes down on my sexism, okay? I am 10 toes down on my sexism. I think men are better than women at almost everything. This is shown and has been proven through biological reality. Men innovate. Men invent, Men create things. Men are superior athletes. Men are physically stronger, higher lung capacity, stronger bone density, more muscle mass, etc. It's not even fucking a competition, right? It's not. Now, me understanding that men are superior to women in almost every realm of human endeavor, knowing this, I know that men or boys should never be competing with women or girls. It's unfair and fucked up. Women need to compete with women, and men need to compete with men. These guys that transition and go ahead and compete with women, even though they might go ahead and take some drugs or whatever, they still beat the shit out of the women. Dude beat the record by 5 hours. What? Again, women are in almost every physical realm when compared to the male counterparts. Sorry, it's the truth. When I say I think men should work and women should stay at home and raise the kids, that's based on biological reality. When I say that we need to keep sports separate because men are better, biological reality. We live in such a crazy world now where it takes a presidential fucking executive order to say that there's two genders and to keep men out of women's sports. What? Like, right? The guy who's a sexist, right? That all the feminists hate. Gotta be the one to champion women's ability to play sports. Because I genuinely do think, by the way, chat, that women should play sports, even though they suck. But I think like little girls, teenage girls, I think they should play sports. And the reason why is it keeps them away from a lot of fuckery. The problem with a lot of these young thoughts, right? These girls that are hooking up when they're in high school and all this other stupid shit, they're not busy enough. They're not playing musical instruments. They're not doing ballet. They're not doing sports. I don't know what the fuck we need to do, but we need to get them active in doing things. Sports is a fantastic way to keep your little girls engaged, to keep them away from bullshit. And we don't need little boys fucking competing in sports with little girls. Fuck no. I'd be mad as hell if I had a daughter and some nigga showed up named Jamela, that used to be Jamal, competing against my girl on track. I'd be fucking tight. Here's the other problem too. These boys take scholarships away from girls. So not only are they gonna whoop your daughter's ass in the fucking track meet, they're gonna take a scholarship off the track meet, and that spot, now I gotta pay full tuition because my daughter couldn't get a scholarship off of Jamela. Jamela took the fucking thing, aka Jamal, took the fucking spot that my daughter could have had. Fuck that, I'd be mad too. I'd be tight. So yeah, this is absolutely wild that the president of the United States has got to come in and say that there's two genders and keep boys out of women's sports. And here's the thing too that I talked about this. J.D. Vance and Donald Trump campaigned saying that common sense politics. That's how fucking far left we've gone, chat. Where they got to say, oh, we're campaigning on common sense. What? Remember those Serbians that we're giving all this money to? Thanks to fucking USAID? Them niggas look at it, two genders. They're laughing at our dumbasses. DEI, idiot Americans. Then we have millions to do what we want to do. Okay. Keep women in the kitchen. Like, bro, they don't give a fuck about none of this. Two genders, bro. Even over there. Niggas is taking our money and laughing at us. Bruh. Okay.
Sounds like a lot, doesn't it, huh? 5.5 hours or so, but you have to hear the weightlifting records. You think that's bad. The weightlifting's worse. In 2023, a man in women's powerlifting broke 2 world records and outlifted his closest female opponent in one event by 440 pounds.
Bro, like, beating him by 5 hours, lifting 440 pounds, then the last record holder, that was a woman? Not even close, bro.
Falcon punch!
And it gets really dangerous with the, when we're talking about combat sports. That's when it gets really bad.
And they continue to defend themselves, Mr. Congressman. You know that, right? They continue to defend themselves. We hope they continue onward because I don't think we can lose a race. This was one of the big reasons that we all won, and it's one of the big reasons that we had a record, a landslide like they haven't seen before, very often anyway. And who could forget last year's Paris?
Matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Guys, I think for a daughter, it's even more critical to get her involved in sports or music or ballet. I think for daughters, it's even more critical, man. Guys, how many times have we brought these stupid on our show? And they say, yeah, I left my virginity at 14, 15, 13. What? Unacceptable. I guarantee you, their parents probably didn't put them or enroll them in a sport, in an activity, nothing. That's why these come here and they can't name 3 countries, because they're idiots. This is why the father is so important. If I have a daughter, bruh, well, I hope I don't, but if I do go ahead and get cursed with a daughter, I'm gonna curse her with hella fucking sports. She ain't never gonna have no free time, nigga. None. I'm gonna have a tracker on her ass like this. I'm gonna know where she's at all times. All right? So if God's gonna curse me with a fucking daughter, I'm gonna curse her with no free time, nigga. That's how this goes. My daughter ain't being no slut. The fuck out of here. Girls having sex at 15. What? Bitch! You need to be playing, you need to be fucking learning the piano and shit. Piano, sports, all right? Hell no, man. Shit's crazy, bro. Crazy, man. I'm gonna be super involved in my daughter's life if I have one. It's a curse that I gotta bear and deal with every day. And don't let these niggas try to lie to you and say, oh, a daughter's the greatest gift ever. No, it's not. Hell no, man. That shit's a curse. It's a curse that you gotta fucking deal with now. So, nah, man. Hell no. If I do, she gonna have no free time, bro. I'm gonna be on her like white on fucking rice, bro. Hell no, man.